Okay, welcome. Gary Shivers, yes, this is being recorded. Steve Gaskin, Warrnambool, Victoria. G'day, how you going? Chet from the San Fran Bay Area. Mike Eckley, we know this is going to be good. This will be very good. Ty Ward from New Zealand. Robert Brennan, yes. Dave Foxall, we're not sure about the slide download yet, but you will be getting a recording. We can send one out to everyone. Thomas Bell, g'day, Mario Gregory. We've got Fingeruki from Sarasota in Florida. So just bear with us. We're just going to wait just a few more seconds just to make sure everyone's online, and then we'll absolutely start to get cracking on how you can use Adsviser to maximize laser-targeted interest-based lead generation. All right, just a few more seconds, guys. Hey, Tom from Arizona. Perfect weather and a great week so far. We hope it's going to get better for you straight after this. You'll be able to create some cracking campaigns. Okay. All right. I am just waiting for the signal. I think we should be able to start. Welcome, everyone, on behalf of Oliver Goodwin, myself, and the Adsviser team. We are super excited and pumped to have you here this morning. Well, it's morning my time where I am, but good afternoon to you guys wherever you might be, or good evening. What we're going to go through today is basically we want you to thank you for investing in the Adsviser version 2. What we're going to go through is teach you how to use the Adsviser to maximize your laser-targeted leads and your interest-based lead generation. Plus, what we're going to do is actually show you how you can combine Adsviser with a secret method only 99% of marketers do not know at the moment. There's the 1% that do know, and we want to make sure that you're the 1%. And basically what I'm going to do is just maximize my slides here so that everyone can see. Okay, so, and basically what that'll allow you to do is uncover hidden interests where you can actually hyper-target buyers as well. And you'll be able to, the method that we're going to give you, you'll be able to adopt that straight away into your campaigns as soon as this finishes. Okay, so let's get started. We want to thank you for investing in Adsviser version 2. When you stay till the very end, I think you guys are going to like this. We will be picking 2 winners that will have their Facebook campaigns analyzed and set up for them by Oliver, myself, and the Adsviser team. So that's a pretty cool thing. If you stick around till the end, we will show you exactly how to do that. In fact, we will pick 2 winners live on the call, and we will make sure that their campaigns are set up. So our promise to you today, and today's agenda as well, is we're going to go through Adsviser. We're going to show you some screenshots, and we're going to go in behind the scenes. And in case you haven't used it already, but hopefully you have, we're going to go in behind the scenes and show you how to find competitors' ads, okay? That's one of the keys to a great marketing campaign is to, that's what they say is online success can be quickened sometimes when you find a competitor and try and copy or borrow, let's say, their ads campaign. So that's our promise to you, is that we will go in and we will find some great competitor ads based on various niches that we're going to search for potentially. We will also find buyers' interests, and I'm going to go into why that is super important in trying to create a perfect ad campaign in Facebook, okay? It's not just interests that we need, it's buyer interests. So it's a virtually unknown method. If you guys have seen this before, I'll be very, very surprised. We cannot find this anywhere in the market, and hence we wanted to share this tool and method with you as well. Also, part 3 of this presentation is basically we're going to show you how we combine both methods in a mini case study that we did where we reduced the cost per lead by 46%. And we'll show you that. It's a very simple case study, and we'll also show you how you can get access to those case studies a little bit later on and apply those to your business, apply those to your niche, and you'll be absolutely cracking once you've got that. So first things first, though, I wanted to ask you guys a question, and I want you to be really, really honest with me and type it in the chat box if you could, please, or the question box. Is Facebook working for you, or are you guys working for Facebook? So I'm getting a whole bunch of no's here. So does that mean you guys are working for Facebook? Or, yep, Steve, I knew how to get it better. Facebook not working for me. Currently working for Facebook. Okay, all right. About to start trying, pretty much. Okay, so I think the consensus here is that we are all working for Facebook. Facebook has employees that no one knows about. They're all in each other's homes. And so what we want to do is we want to try and change that, okay? So how satisfied are you with your Facebook targeting campaigns and results? And I'll go to the other question as well. I think that's pretty much answered it for me as well. So Wolfgang, not very happy. Gerald, Abhishek, Peter Odendahl is also working for Facebook. So we're not very happy with the way Facebook is going. And we're hoping that's why you've invested in Adsviser, and that's why you're on the workshop today, which is what you're going to do it. Candice has got an unhappy face. Not happy, Sarah, and so far total failure, Nancy. And Nancy, that's some of the things that we're going to cover today, is that you'll be able to get on and use Adsviser and this little known method basically to create kick-ass campaigns. Trinity, Money Guzzler, Facebook, yes, okay. So, and one last question for you before we actually get started. What we're going to do is, do you feel you can drastically improve your results through Facebook? You know that there is a way out there, but you just think that you're missing an edge. And I want you guys to talk to me about it. And Chiang, Win, yes, definitely. Sandra, yes, definitely. I sure hope to increase my clients. Thomas, yes, absolutely. Dan Palmer, what we got? Brian Saunders, yeah. So overwhelmingly, we know, and even when Oliver and I and the Adsviser team, we started way back in 2010, we realized that there are things missing that people don't know about or people aren't taught in the mainstream. And I'll go through that. But yes, this webinar will give you the edge. I'm telling you, we've used it, and you'll see the campaign and the case study that we've talked about. Quick question. Yes, Jürgen, we should be able to send a recording. Yes, targeting is the big problem, Edgar. Absolutely. So what we're going to do is, this is exactly what we're going into. Okay. So thank you for responding. Let's get moving. Okay, I hope none of you guys are hungry, because we've got a hot dog on the screen. And what's critical to any success in any marketing campaign is basically, I'm sure we've all heard of the old hot dog analogy. So what we've got is, our old mentors used to say, hey, what's the secret to selling hot dogs? Okay, so what we want to know is, we'll get a whole bunch of answers. Is it the bread? Is it the secret sauce? Is it the meat? Is it the cheese? Is it the mustard? Is it the environment? Is it the smell? Rick Caldwell? Yeah, absolutely. And Robert W. Levy, you've got the answer correct. Thomas Bell, correct. John, correct. Absolutely. So what we've got is none of the above. Okay? So what the answer is a lot of you have found common. Yes, you will be able to use this content. I can't remember who said it, but yes, you will be able to use the content straight away. None of the above. It's the hungry crowd. Okay, having a hungry audience. That's right. Hungry people who love hot dogs. Yep, Mary. Yep. Having a hungry audience. Ty. So we know that we need to find a hungry crowd. But where do the hungry crowds gather? Where do they all hang out? Excuse me. And what is your market hungry for? Okay, we know that, in the dating game, a lot of dating experts say that you need to go to the supermarkets to try and find women, or if there's another example of sports or clubs, or Sharon Roble of food courts and Costco. So what we need to do is we need to try and find the hungry crowd, and that's why we are here today. So what's critical to success in any marketing campaign? Or let's try and find what the word hungry actually means for your market. Excuse me. So who are the people that are hungry for similar groups or a group of product? Okay, let's call that interest. Now, in Facebook, we're all given the stock standard thing that we need to target general interests, and general interests do not work because 99% of people are targeting general interests, and that's where you need to stand out if you need to hyper-target your basically through your niche. That's right, Scott. You need to drill down and you need to deep dive into your interests. And instead of targeting 2-3 million people, you need to target those maybe tens of thousands of people that have actually got very targeted interests, which no one really searches for. So let's translate hungry into interests. And I'm going to show you why that's success factor number 2. Okay, this is very, very important. Now, it's success factor number 2 because that is 99% of the people consider this to be the number 1 thing when in fact it's not. I'm going to show you exactly what is success factor number 1. Okay. So have you ever had the thing where you sort of, you're meeting with a group of friends and maybe you need an accountant or something, I don't know, or you need a personal trainer, or you need a beauty therapist, or you need a therapist, and you amongst a bunch of friends, and you say, hey guys, I really need a really good sports coach or a really good personal trainer. What's the likelihood someone's going to say, hey, I know this guy, I went to this guy, he was really good, you should check him out, or you should check her out. That's right. So you guys have got the right idea. Dave, you're a marathon coach. Awesome. Rick Caldwell, social proof. Absolutely. Jiang Win, referral. So who's the best advocate for your product or service? It's basically a hungry customer who's bought and consumed the hot dog. Scott, a satisfied customer. Wolfgang, referrals. Absolutely. So we all know word of mouth is just an awesome thing to do. We need a buyer, Mary. That's correct. So we need a hungry customer who's bought and consumed the product, okay? Whether it's T-shirts, whether it's jewelry, whether it's anything like that. So I think you guys all get the point where I'm going to. And please recall, take notes, and if you have any questions, ask questions, because this is really important stuff. You need this information to be able to set up when you're going into Facebook in your audience insights, okay? It's critical, and we're going to cover that in just a second. So let's call them, let's call them buyer advocates, okay? These are people that come to you and say, hey, if most of you guys are in the US or in Europe, for example, you'll come after a football game or a baseball game, and you say, hey, man, I caught up with you at the game. I'm really hungry. Where do we need to go? And your friend's going to say, I had an awesome hot dog. Why was it awesome? Because he was hungry and it hit the spot. So what we need to do is we need to find and basically hit the buyer advocates. Srini is saying, how do we identify buyers with interest in Facebook audiences? So you've actually hit exactly what I am going to touch on today. We are going to find buyers. The method, the little-known method that I've got for you, and Oliver and the Adsviser team, is going to find buyers and use that with Adsviser to create hyper-targeted, basically leads and a loyal fan base, okay? So the number 1 success factor that we need, again, excuse my sore throat, yes, I'm going to show you the method, which is free, Jacob. So, and then there'll be another one as well. But so we've got a buyer who's basically bought and consumed. So the loyal fans, the success factor is number 1, and it basically has a very big influence on whether or not you're targeting the correct people. So can I get a big fat yes in the chat box just to say yes? These buyers are who we need to target, okay? So I know that we can go on and we're all on the same page. Okay, fantastic, guys. Thank you. Big yes from everyone. I wish I could name all of you. Rosemary, Gary, Melvin, Stephanie, Chang, again, Bridge, John Carls, Thomas. Yes, you bet. Okay, so let's keep going. Now, again, all these slides, guys, are very, very important because you need to understand the concept behind what I'm trying to say. What we're trying to do here is this is what your competition looks like. Let's say there are other marketers out there doing Facebook. 99% of marketers, your competition, are in this central area here, okay? So what they do is they go into Audience Insights and they type in the most common thing that they can think of. So it's competition and general interests. Excuse me, this is not where you want to be. You do not want to be in the 99% of marketers that are targeting every single thing that the other marketer is targeting, okay? So what we want to do is we want to get out of the X. And one of the ladies on here before basically hit it on the head is that, we need to find something. We need to find the buyers. So what we need to do is we need to enter buyers into this critical occasion, okay? It's not just competition and it's not just general interests. Scott, the sweet spot. Damn, you stole my phrase. I was going to say sweet spot later on. But okay, we'll keep going. So what we need to do to stand out is, it's critical to remember, it's not just interests that you need. And I know I'm repeating myself, but we need to stand out, okay? So it's finding buyers' interests that are relevant to your niche is what we need to find, okay? And I'm going to show you what the sweet spot is exactly in a second. So I just want to get this again to you guys. It's buyers' interests. Please now, what you've done with that very phrase is you've gone from almost 99 to 1% because your competition are targeting interests. You, as a A-class elite marketer, need to target buyers' interests, okay? And that's exactly what we're going to show you with the method that we've got. Okay, this is the sweet spot. Wow, who said that? Niche, interests, plus buyers. Srinidhi, looks like you've had a look at my presentation before. So this is where the 1% of marketers lies. And this is where you basically need, yes, for us, this is applicable to all business, service-based businesses as well. So what you need to do is you've got competition, you've got interests, and you've got buyers, okay? So basically, this X that intersects with all three of these categories is where you need to be the 1% of businesses, and that is hands down the cold, hard truth. And this is why a lot of you before were saying you're not satisfied and that you're actually working for Facebook. It's because you are in this area. You are in this X area here. And what you need to do is you need to be, for Facebook to work for you, you need to be in this area right here. And that's exactly what we're going to show you, okay? So if you guys are happy with that, we're going to move on. And just remember this diagram because this is where you need to be conceptually. And we're going to show you tangible ways on how to get that. So basically, if you want to create the perfect ads campaign, this is what you need, okay? But there's still a big question. I've told you the concept, but how and where do you find the best, most relevant interests? Okay, how on earth are we going to find those? Also, how and where do we find the best product advocates? Now, I'm going to go through actually what information Facebook has on you, but how and where do we find the best and most relevant interests? And how on earth and where do you find the best product advocates? Where do we find our friends online that say, hey, you need to go and try this out. It was really, really cool. That's exactly what we're going to teach you today, okay? That's our promise to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Adsviser and uncover your competitors' ads, okay? As they say, you basically, if you want to succeed online quicker, you find someone who's done it and you copy, or let's call it borrow, quote unquote, and optimize from there. Plus, we're going to find you a new way of finding hidden buyer interests to find extremely laser-targeted interests in any niche. Had a question here before to ask whether it was relevant to service business as well. Yes, it's relevant to small business owners in need of online marketing, and that's exactly the people that we're looking for to help. So the other thing is that you can use this feature in your business to start making sales straight away, and it's using laser-targeted ads. Okay, so this is going to stand you apart. So as soon as you've basically gotten off the webinar and the workshop, you can actually try this. We'll show you the steps, so please make sure you've got pen and paper handy. We're also going to go through a case study, 3 small changes that we made to a Facebook campaign that basically led to the decrease in cost per lead by about 46%. Yes, Srinidhi does bring the Facebook ad campaign down, and we will see how to do that as well. So I'm just trying to answer your guys' questions as we go. Okay, so one of the first things I ask when I get onto a webinar is, is this workshop really for me? So you might be an online marketer, you might do affiliate sales, you might be a small business, and you basically, as you mentioned before, you're struggling with Facebook and you want to get onto Facebook and you want to find the edge. Okay, so if you're an online marketer, again, if you're also a big business, some of them, sometimes small to medium businesses as well, but there's a lot of big businesses out there that actually need help. I've worked on campaigns that basically, as a consultant once, and the company was actually spending $10,000 per week on their ad spend. Now, a lot of small companies don't have that budget, but they were basically throwing money away because they were not implementing this sort of strategy. So big businesses, I find they have the money, but they don't actually have the expertise, and therefore they're not getting the return on ad spend that they actually need. So, and if you also sell physical products, if you sell jewelry, if you sell shoes, if you sell t-shirts, if you sell bikes, If you sell any sort of physical thing, you will be able to basically use this. Okay, and also if you're an offline business, okay, maybe we have some tattoo artists. I think one of the gentlemen said that they're the expert in skydiving. So if you guys want to have a skydive, maybe you should put your details down there as well. I forgot the name of the gentleman. But basically, if you're in any sort of offline business, you can use this as well. Because guess what? Regardless of whether you're online, people are searching for you. Okay, so whether or not if you're an offline business, surely you have a website or you have some sort of Facebook page or an Instagram page, for example, where you can do a search for you. Physiotherapy, Joseph, Bajali, yeah, absolutely. So that's something you can do. Martial arts, Reggie, absolutely. So we're going to show you how you can search for ads like that as well, okay, for your competitors if they're online. Vanessa, Corellia, real estate, definitely. So if you're one of those sorts of people and you want to build hyper-targeted lists, so we all know, and I'm going to reiterate this time and time again, you're going to get sick of me saying this, but building a hyper-targeted list is where it's at. You can no longer have lists that are broad because they'll just die. So I'm getting a list, I'm getting a long list of different niches: nail salon, Amazon seller, mortgage lenders, energy healer, absolutely. A realtor, albino, yeah, absolutely you can. So what we're going to do is we want to help you. If you want to create and build a targeted list, that is what you need. Okay, so the other thing we're going to do is reduce your ad spend per lead significantly. And what we're also going to do is what we want to help you to do is dominate your niche with a perfect Facebook campaign, okay? So that will be absolutely fantastic. Some people are saying audio gone. I hope you can still hear me. Just let me know if you guys can still hear me. So what we want to do is we want to dominate your niche with the perfect Facebook campaign. Thanks, guys. I can hear you. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. If you can't hear me, you might want to log back in. And ultimately, really what we want to do is we want to increase sales. So, and I think that's really the thing that we want to do. Okay, that's really why we're all here. So if you want to create the perfect Facebook ads campaign, so you can ultimately increase cash flow. That's really why we're here, regardless of what sort of business you're in. But really, why are we here? Okay, so we're here to get ahead in our businesses and in our lives. Now, whether it's to do with family, whether it's to do with friends, whether it's to do with travel, independence, whatever our goal in life is, that's really why we're here. That's really whether we're here to serve other people, whether we have some sort of higher cause, that's really why we're here, is to get ahead in our businesses and to get ahead in our lives. And that's what really, in a roundabout way, we're going to try and help you to do. How do we do that, though, in such a cluttered online marketing place? There are I think the latest figures now say that there's like 1.6 billion people on Facebook, and I think there's like 1.46 billion mobile users now on mobile devices. Now, how do you stand out? People are just constantly scrolling. They're watching funny pet videos, cat videos, dog videos, memes, and stuff like that. So how do you interrupt these people? And the answer really is you shouldn't need to interrupt these people if you're targeting the right people. Okay? So what we want to do is you get ahead by finding and leveraging technology that is cutting edge. And it's also leveraging technology that no one else is using. Okay, can you imagine 99% of people, as I mentioned in that Venn diagram, they're just using general interests and they're using general tools. Not a lot of people are using Adsviser because they're just not aware, or they just don't understand the depth of what you need to get to create a successful marketing campaign. Okay, so cutting edge tools that are easy to use. This is a good one. Methods your competitors have missed. Okay, so this is actually a jam-packed webinar, but what we want to do is we need to have basically tools that competitors have missed. Yes, I am getting to it. Don't worry. So we need to use business intelligence tools and methods. If that's you, you are basically in the right place. I am quickly going to go through what Oliver and the team have achieved in the last few years. If you give me permission, in 2010, we all started as internet marketers, and we basically, got online and we wanted to help businesses run their businesses and create perfect ad campaigns. So we started our journey in about 2010, and we went on to become affiliate marketers. And basically, I'm going to show you a screenshot of what the affiliate marketing space earned us in terms of revenue. And we basically continued in 2014, really honed in on Facebook and creating apps for Facebook that would help people do really well. You might have also heard of quiz funnels. We were behind the quiz funnels. So we continue to make apps, and there are plenty of apps and tools out there that help businesses create really, really good campaigns. And obviously Adsviser is one of the ones that we're looking at. Okay. So, and today, which is what I'm really speeding through this because you guys are anxious to get to the content. So I want to make sure that I just do cover a little bit here. So bear with me. So in 2016, we basically wanted to create a hidden way. Excuse me. And so that's what we're going to discuss today, is what is actually the hidden way to try and create an awesome campaign. This is just a snapshot of our earnings. HTML viewer. Okay. So this is just a snapshot of the earnings in the last year from October 15 to about November 16. It's approximately $375,000. Okay. So we just want to tell you that the team behind this is bona fide. The team behind this is awesome, and that's what we want to share with you really with this screenshot. And again, this is a screenshot of Oliver. He probably doesn't want me to show you this, but he spent that much money. And this is all to do with testing. It's all to do with trialing what happens. It's months and thousands of dollars spent on testing and successes as well. Okay. So we will definitely get to the answers. Oliver is lurking in the background, and he's going to try and answer as much of these questions as possible. Amanda, I know you guys have got a few questions, and I'm going to race through this now because you guys want to get to the content. We've got multiple six-figure businesses that we've told you about. We create software programs, whether it's training systems or actual tools, and we love helping other people. Okay, so we love helping you guys who are on, and that's what we basically want to do today. So before you guys start abusing me, our promise to you today is all of those three things. We're going to help you find the competitors, which is part one. We are going to go through the unknown method, and we are going to go through a case study. Okay, so let's go through it. Guys, we're going to start. So the three most common ways to find interests, okay? I'm sure you guys know this. Number one is graph search. Number two, in no particular order as such, is audience insights. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually go through this, and you'll be able to see exactly what I mean in terms of what the successful interest targeting looks like, and why Facebook it doesn't really work in terms of audience insights. And we're going to go through Google search. Okay, just really, really quickly. These are the three main things or the 99% used to find interest. Okay, so for those of you who have graph search, which means you need the US English setup within Facebook, the top left-hand search bar, if you type this in, okay, likes and pages liked by people who like Adspresso. Okay, it's a bit of a tongue twister, but what we're going to do is when you actually type that in, what we're asking Facebook is, what other pages do users like who also like Adspresso? So what that means is potentially I have a product that is similar to Adspresso, and what we want to do is we want to try and figure out what the basically what our interests are, okay, and what sort of things we need to target. So what we're going to ask is this question. Now, what sort of answers do you think Facebook gives you? Do you think Facebook gives you really good answers, or does it give you generic answers? Okay, Facebook will give you results that are very, very generic, okay? They will not give you any specific information. That's right, guys. So you guys are already on top of it, and you know that they're going to give you generic answers. So remember our point was to be in that center sweet spot of the Venn diagram, right? So this is not going to help us. This is not going to help us at all. But let's see if Facebook can help us if we can get a little bit more specific, okay? So what we're going to do is say, okay, Facebook, please, pages liked by marketers who like Adspresso. Now, I'm not sure if any of you guys have actually done this sort of thing before, but again, the results are very, very generic, okay? Now, it's something that really doesn't help us. And we all know that I think any one of us that has ever used Facebook and Facebook's audience insights or Facebook graph search, yes, there are people that still use it, but it's very, very generic. So this sort of search will not work. And all along, I want you to write in your notes, top of your notes, but we need buyer interests, okay? So basically, all these methods are just ideas to try and get deeper into a campaign. That's what we're trying to do with graph search, but it's not allowing us to do that. Okay, we can also search pages similar to Adspresso to search for similar alternatives. So let's get to another highly advanced search logic. Okay, how about a search like this? Dear Google, pages liked by people who like Adspresso and Social Media Examiner. Okay, so what we're trying to do now is actually really hone in to our search and our interests, and we're going to try and, I don't want to use complicated words, but try and cross-pollinate people who like Adspresso and people who like Social Media Examiner. Now, again, the ad is very, very generic, and they are not going to help us at all. Okay, so this, for example, does not help us. And it depends on the search that you try and do, but graph search is basically useless for those who are the 1% of the search, or 1% of the marketers, okay? So what I'm going to do is we're going to go to the fact that graph search does not work. These searches are highly, highly generic, and they're very, very common, okay? They don't work. And basically what we need to do is try and find something very, very specific. Okay, so what we're going to do is, remember we said we need to search for buyers' interests, okay? What we want to do, let's see if we can get really, really complicated and ask Uncle Facebook to see if we can actually find something, to do related with buyers, okay? So if in graph search, we enter pages liked by buyers who bought a necklace from insert company name, let's say Tiffany's, or let's say we want to go to pages liked by people who bought a T-shirt with a love for motorbikes. Now, how do you think that's going to get us? Where do you think that's going to get us? That really isn't going to get us anything from Facebook. Exactly. We're going to go backwards. Yes, it might get you a bit closer, but I don't think Facebook is going to return anything. So, can Facebook actually answer this question for you? Excuse me, can any other platform answer this question for you? Okay, Scott, you've said yes. Okay, you're very good. And I'm going to show you how we can do that. So, now, Facebook will not provide the data for you, okay? So to find targeted pages from these specific buyers liked or followed, they will not ask you directly. Now, who said that? Know how to ask Facebook. Trinity, okay, absolutely. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard this saying, but half the answer lies in the way you ask the question. Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to get to, is we're going to ask the question in a different way. Now, Google will do the same thing. Google, if you typed in that search into Google, that is not going to give you. Okay, it might take you to a shopping page, it might show you some buyers, but it's actually not going to show what your buyers are interested in. So in summary, Facebook can give us interests, but not buyers' interests. Or can they? Okay, so as someone said before, the answer is already within Facebook because they know everything about you. The Facebook has got everything on you, okay? It's got your age, for those of us who want or don't know what their age is. Your relationship status, whether you're married, whether you're divorced, whether you're single, whether you're seeing someone. It probably even knows who your girlfriend or your wife is, or your husband. It knows where you live. It probably knows what your house looks like because you've checked in there, that sort of thing. It knows where you work. It knows when you work. It knows when you're traveling to a conference somewhere. So basically, it knows where you were on the weekend, and it knows where you were born. It probably even knows what hospital you were born, probably knows what time you were born. It knows who your dad is, your mum is, everything like that, okay? So it has a whole bunch of information that's basically going to show you. That's right. It even knows your dog. It even knows your dog. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it knows a whole sort of, information about you. So the information is there. It knows what you've liked. It knows what you've bought in terms of consumer behavior as well. So the information is there. It also knows, because you tell them what type of consumer you are, based on anything and everything that you like, from friend statuses and shared posts. Yes, it knows how many children you have. That's right. Only if you told it the truth. Absolutely, Mary. It knows the business pages you like, your location check-ins. But have you ever wondered why you see the ads that you see? Okay, this is a very little known fact that a lot of people don't actually realize is why do we see the ads we see? Okay, and Okay, we're getting a few questions. Is it because you like it before? Yes. Retargeting? Yes. Potentially behavior. So how does Facebook know what ads to show you? So we've heard a lot recently about the fact that organic searches are dying down, and that what Facebook wants is they want to increase the customer experience, right? They basically want to show you things that you're interested in, which you might click on. So they gather all the information and they understand your behavior, and they serve you ads that you are more likely to click on or like, or, if you're inundated with pet videos, it probably means that you're being served pet videos for a certain reason. So, do you know you can actually see why Facebook sends you the ads that it does? Did you guys know that? Can you just type in yes, yes, yes from Mary, yes from Chang, yes, Srinidhi, Eva, Sherwa, yes. Okay, so you guys know what I'm getting towards, but if you don't, I'm going to show you. And the Adsviser tool will actually show you this as well, which is what we're going to go through in a second. So the Adsviser tool, once you get in, that's right, Chang. Yep, right click on the top right-hand side. Carol, we're going to go through this. So Adsviser V2 will show you competitors' ad copy images. Okay, so just jumping to Adsviser for a second. It goes even further to tell us about the specific interests that we as advertisers need to target. That's right. Why am I seeing this feature, Srinidhi? It sounds like you've seen my presentation. Okay, and what impact their ad has on their campaign. So, and that's exactly what we're going to show you. This is the why am I seeing this feature. This tells you why you're seeing the ads you're seeing. Sorry, just getting a sip of water there. So basically, I won't read it all out, but it's saying that you are seeing this ad because Facebook Business has added you to a list of people they want to reach on Facebook. So they're able to reach you because you're on their customer list or you've provided them with your contact off Facebook, okay? So Facebook is telling you why you're seeing this ad. So if you can relate this to your competition, imagine in Adsviser, if your competition tells you why you are seeing this ad, do you think you could use that information for your own marketing campaign in terms of targeting really, really good interests? Okay? Absolutely. Very, very powerful, Nicholas. That's right. So if your competition is telling you, yes, Rick, it is a little bit sneaky. If your competition is telling you why you're seeing this ad, guess what? You've got a reason, you've got the exact interest you need to be able to serve the same ads your competition is serving. Now, as we promised, now we're going to use Adsviser to uncover why ads are being shown. Absolutely, Srini. Okay, so basically, this is an ad from Alabama Crimson Tide gear, okay? When you go into Adsviser and you go into the search ads, for example, potentially you could search Alabama Crimson Tide or you can search T-shirts, but basically your competition is telling you why they are advertising. So it says you're seeing this ad because they want to reach people interested in Alabama Crimson Tide based on their activity. So the other things that Adsviser will tell you is basically the ad spend is just under $2,000. Alabama, this is a bit of a training session there, Karen, as well, just to know that you can leverage Adsviser as best as you can with this other tool that we're about to show you and this other method. So yes, we already realize you've got Adsviser, and thank you for that. It's got the age, it's got the days running, and it's actually this link here. If you click the link, that'll take you to the Facebook post. So, excuse me. So basically, just another side point is we speak to a lot of people in terms of consultation, and one of the first things we ask them when their Facebook campaigns isn't working is we say, what's your demographic? And they say, we sort of don't really know what the demographic is. And so this information is giving you your demographic. Okay, so this is a great thing I'll be doing a live example of this, Nicholas, very, very shortly. So this is actually showing you what demographic you need to do. And we're going to get to the targeting in just a second. So if you ever need a demographic, you need to go into Adsviser and you'll be able to get this, okay? So let's go into Audience Insights for a second and let's plug in Alabama Crimson Tide here, okay? So what we've done is we've plugged in Alabama Crimson Tide. And what we're going to do is if you just do Alabama Crimson Tide, and we saw that it was targeted to the United States, and you've now got an active monthly people targeting of about 1.5 to 2 million, okay? And that's not too bad that is a little how you say, a little broad for our things. But what we can do is we can then narrow down further into age and gender, okay? So what we can do is if we go back up for a second, they were doing 35 to 54. So what we can do is we can actually narrow down 35 to 54, and that'll take us down to maybe 1 million or 500,000 people. And then we can actually go through and narrow down by gender. Okay, so, and that's the people on Facebook. And they were targeting Alabama, but if you're competition, you're doing something else, maybe you can do, United States of America, or you can do another country altogether. Okay, so that's actually just one of the powers of Facebook and Adsviser combined. And once you have this other method that not many people know, you'll actually realize what the hell's going on and how you can do this. Okay? Okay, so I want to give you another example. Maybe for those of you who are in the jewelry business or maybe the wristband business, basically this is a company called Stylori. If you type in, again, we will go through through a live version as well. Why is it saying? Okay, so basically, if you come in, click on onto this ad, you'll be taken to Stylori. Pierre, yes, thanks for joining us, mate. Yes, we will have a replay sent out. So this is telling you that they've spent this much on the ads. They are targeting India, they're targeting males, and they're targeting 25 to 34. Now, the reason you're seeing this ad is they want to reach people interested in sports, okay? Now, because what's actually happening is they're telling you what they want to target. Okay, so basically you can copy that and target sports, but guess what? These guys have got pretty good engagement in terms of, having likes and reactions, but they've only got 2 comments and they haven't got many shares. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into Audience Insights now and try and borrow is the word that we're going to use. So we're going to try and target sports. Now, if I did sports without any age targeting that I've got here, basically we come to about 40 million people, okay? And 40 million people is just too much. Yes, guys, there will be a webinar replay for everyone that's joined late. Oliver and the team will be sending it out shortly. So if we were to target 40 million, that's just way too broad, okay? Again, that's the 99% of marketers, and we don't want to really be in that bracket because we're just throwing money away. So if we go down to India and we go down to this gender, we basically can take our audience down to 10 to 15 million. Now, again, that is a lot, but what you can do is you can break it down further into sports, and we'll show you how to do that. And basically, you can break down into male and female, and that will be a lot easier for you, and it'll be a lot more targeted as soon as you start to do that, and you'll get very, very specific. Okay. So let's just go through a very quick shirt example. And we're going to go into Adsviser very, very quickly, actually, and I'm going to show you how it works in live mode. So this is a company called Rosegal. A lot of you may have heard of it. Again, targeting United States, male 55 plus. Now, with this ad, I didn't know 55 plus used to sort of wear this sort of gear, but they spent just over $2,000. They've got some great engagement. Okay, you guys need to pick the posts with great engagement, because we want to search the comments, and that's a little clue to what's coming up to try and find the buyers. We need to search the comments. So we've got about 2,400 reactions there. Wow, love. We've got 70 people who are upset about it. And basically, what Rosegal is telling you in the Why Am I Seeing This is that they're trying to reach people interested in shopping and fashion. And basically, that is exactly what you can do. But obviously, you are not 99% of marketers. You are the 1%, and you'll be doing a lot more targeted. So what it in essence is you're targeting the United States. And what they were doing is they're targeting shopping and fashion. And they were targeting over 55s, right, according to the ad. But 40 to 55, you get about 9 to 10 million people, monthly active people that you can target. And we've just selected men there, okay? So it's men selected, which is why there's 0% of women, because that's who the competition was doing. So, excuse me, excuse the sore throat. And basically, so you can see that you've got men targeted here. And then again, you can narrow down by gender or age or demographic or geographical location, okay? And within Adsviser, if you're in the t-shirt business or jewelry business, I mean, within the search ads, you can type in t-shirt, you can type in jewelry, type in a broad search term, and then use Adsviser to click on the ads and then narrow down into your target interest, which we're going to show you, okay? So the why am I seeing this feature basically means that the business is targeting anybody who likes a certain type of page, okay? So basically that's what why am I seeing this feature tells you, and it's also, obviously, it's very effective. It's more effective than radio, TV, or print, but it doesn't necessarily mean a person will be interested in a certain product. Okay, what you've got then again is you're using Adsviser to drill down into your exact interest, but in terms of what they actually see, it's something that you need to target down even further. Okay, so we still haven't found our buyer and their interest. Where do we find the buyer and the interest? And that's something that I actually clicked on before, is that we need to dig a little bit deeper in our comment section. Okay? And that's exactly what we're going to do, is we need to find our buyer and our interest. So competitor analysis, we're just going to go through some really quick examples. This is a screenshot from Adsviser from Adidas. If you're sort of looking at sneakers that you want to target, Adidas is targeting a lookalike audience, and it's something that you'll understand is that Adsviser will tell you that a lookalike audience is being used by a lot of people, okay? They seem to work really well, and of course it's a new way to reach people who are interested in your business because they have similar customers to care about. And basically you can use lookalike audiences in a variety of sources, people who like your page, people who visited your website, either whether it's from a primary targeting method or whether it's a retargeting audience that's visited your website, or potentially an email list, okay? So that's something that you can actually leverage really, really quickly. So the bigger the audience is to analyze into Facebook, you can actually find similar people based on the information that you provide. And then obviously the more accurate it is as well. Now, someone mentioned Frank Kern before. Here it is. So these guys, Blueprint Pro, are selling an ultimate Amazon ranking checklist, okay? Again, this is a screened up from Adsviser, and we will be going into Adsviser very, very shortly. So basically, they're telling you why the ad's being served, because they want to reach people interested in Frank Kern. So basically, you go into Adsviser in the search bar and you type in Frank Kern. That will give you a lot of the ads that are similar to either targeting Frank Kern directly or through a targeting campaign. So, and obviously he's got a really good audience because Frank Kern is a major marketing guru. And what they've done is they've sent it to the landing page, and you can actually see when you click through the advertiser URL what the post looks like, okay? Again, it's showing you the demographic and the ad spend. So this is another screenshot, but this is very, very interesting because this will also appear on Adsviser, because this is the same company. It's Blueprint Pro, and the advertising URL is there. They only spent $12 on this one for a certain time because it's running for a very short period. Now, if you read why the ad's being served, it's because they want to reach people who have visited their website. Okay, so they're actually using this as a retargeting campaign. And basically, okay, one of the guys said they buy from Blueprint Pro, which means that this has actually worked, and it's hyper-targeted you based on the fact that you've either visited their website or you've gone to the landing page, but you actually haven't done anything. Maybe you've just gone there, you've had a look, but you didn't submit your email address. Okay, so that's very, very interesting, and the strategy is very, very clear. They're just taking advantage of people who have expressed an interest, but they don't add their email, okay? They may not necessarily change their landing page, but they've given you the information that, hey, you've been on our page, and now we're going to retarget you. We're going to retarget you, okay? So, in summary, we found that a lot of advertisers are using lookalike audiences, and that's something that you can choose to use as well. But we've seen that the simpler your targeting, the better your results, okay? A lot of instances you see that that why am I seeing this ad feature shows you only one or two interests, like shopping and fashion, Alabama Crimson Tide, So basically what you're doing is you are searching for things that are very similar. Now, also, we want to try and build a slightly broader audience to start with and then narrow down, okay? So we build an audience of at least 1 million, so Facebook can then start to optimize your ads so you've got great results. Okay. So all these examples are basically a part of Adsviser, okay? So and we'll be going in just a second. So quick recap is we've found competitors on Adsviser. And basically what we're going to do now is we're going to find the buyer's interests. We keep talking about buyer's interests, but I actually haven't shown you. So we're going to use a virtually unknown method now, and I'm going to show you this, so get your pen and paper handy. Yes, 1 million is too big, but it gives you a broad interest, and then you'll be actually narrowing down in the way that we show you. Okay. So before you do that, cast your mind about 2 or 3 years ago, there used to be this tool where you could actually go in and you could actually scrape Facebook and find people who actually bought something. They were buyers, they were purchasers. And basically, you could go in and you can find all these people and use them and target them, okay? That was 2 to 3 years ago, but guess what happened to that tool? It was most likely a black hat method and it got banned. And that's exactly what we need to avoid. We can't, can you imagine if our Facebook campaign got banned? That would affect our business. Seeing that there's about 1.6 billion people on Facebook, that would be a major blow to our business, okay? So we want to use something that's 100% compliant. And now what I said before is that the answer lies in the way you ask the question. So a lot of people touched on this before. And what we're going to do is we're going to use something that's 100% compliant with Facebook. And not many people need to or know, but it's actually there right in front of your eyes, but people don't realize and they don't spend the time. Okay, so guys, get your pen and paper handy, but obviously still listen in. What we're going to do is we're going to use a jewelry or a t-shirt business as an example, okay? Now, I'm going to show you screenshots from all of these, but what you will actually see is how you can actually do that. Okay, so what we're going to do is what we're going to need to do is go into Adsviser and find winning competitor ads. Okay, so you can search for t-shirt, you can search for jewelry, you can search for anything that you want, but this is what it is. So step 2 is you check the ad post. Okay, you click through to the ad post on Adsviser and you hit the Control F button. Now when you're in the post, you can hit the Control F button. What that does is it brings up a search bar and you type in phrases like bought, got it, want it, need it, love it, ordered, signed up, any other search phrases that you might need to basically search for. Step 3, what you do is that, yes, I will be demonstrating in Adsviser. What you need to do is you then need to go into each buyer that's had a highlighted word. So for example, if someone's used purchased, you go into the buyer and you right click and you open up their profile. And then what you do when you open up their profile, you go into their likes page and you search their likes for relevant interests that are relevant to your niche. Okay, so what we need to do is if someone's in the jewelry or the t-shirt business, we basically go in and we say, okay, we look at their likes page and we say that we want to look for something which is similar. Okay, so let me show you some screenshots. Here's how. Step 1, very, very simple, find winning competitor ads. So what we're going to do is within Adsviser, and I'm actually going to go in and show you this, but we want to get in maximum information for the time. So jewelry, we type in jewelry and we get all these sorts of ads coming down below. We're in search ads. And then what we do is we click on the URL to go to Facebook, okay? So this is the actual ad that's being served. And what we do is we say, okay, we click on the Facebook and we do this for each of the ads that we might see, okay? So we know the targeting, we know everything, and I'm going to get to it in a second, but you guys are jumping ahead. Okay, so you search each buyer for their interest. So what we did here, we had a Control F, perhaps should have hidden all these names, but we clicked through an ad, we went to the post and we hit the Control F button and we searched for bought, okay? And it says it got 1 out of 2. So this lady said, liked and share, Elle has nice jewelry, bought a Elle watch for my daughter for Christmas. A new pendant would go nicely with her watch. Okay, so what we're going to do is basically we're going to go and hunt down this lady, or this man, sorry. I'm not sure, he's got sort of both names there. But basically what we did was we clicked the URL in the Adsviser. Okay, so we click the URL in Adsviser and it takes us to the post. And we hit Control F and went for bought. Now what we do is we went into this person's profile and we went into the likes page, and as you can see here, we started to type in jewelry in the Control F again to see if there's any basically if there's any similar items to what we are selling. Okay, so we might type in jewelry, we might type in watch, we might type in bracelet, we might, I don't know, we might type in fashion or beauty or something that's related. You guys can use the thesaurus for that. But we might find something related, and guess what? We found Savvy Jewelry and Watches Store. Now, what 99% of marketers do is that they will go in and they will find jewelry. They'll type in jewelry, but they will not be able to hunt down Savvy Jewelry because it's not a commonly known interest. And we need to be in that sweet spot where we're between the buyer's interests and we're between the competition. Okay, so what we've done is we've used Adsviser to get the competition bubble, that red bubble that you saw. And then we're using this method, this little known method that only 1% of people know, to get the buyers and the interests, okay, to get that bubble. So that's how you combine Adsviser with this method, basically, is to try and do that. So you search the buyer for each of their interests and you go Savvy Jewelry. What you do then is you take Savvy Jewelry and you add it to your interests, okay? Now, a lot of the times you may not get it, but in a lot of instances, you actually do get that, okay? So you get your interest. And then what that happens is, and I'll show you in a second, is what that happens is that takes the new audience down to a very, very hyper-targeted number, okay? And that's exactly what we're going to go through. We've got a few examples. We've got 2 or 3 examples. I think we're going okay for time. So we're going to see as many examples as we're going to find, okay? Now, so our promise was to tell you how to get the ads on Adsviser. So we've done that. And basically, I've shown you how to find the buyer's interest as well, which means you need to go in manually and you need to search that. Okay, and we're going to go through the methods to the case study as well. But you guys are probably thinking, what the hell? Am I going to go in manually and search all of this? This is crazy. I don't have time for that. And I need to run a business. Can you imagine if you open up 20 profiles and you need to search through 20 people's interests? Excuse me, that is not something that we as business people have time to do. We can't work in our business, we need to work on it, and we need to be able to use intelligent methods and tools to be able to try and leverage the answers that are already there. Excuse me. So you're saying, Tarek, wait a second, you're crazy. I don't have time to compete with people like Adidas or anyone like that. So is there another way? So can you imagine doing this manually? I mean, it's going to take up a heap of your time, and to do it for every single campaign is just crazy. Okay, it would take hours, if not, it would take days to do. And it's not something that we can afford to do. So is there an easier way to do this? Okay, finding buyers and their interests. Imagine if you could do it in minutes, guys. I want to hear if people want to actually do it in minutes instead of days, because it's going to stand you apart. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to do this in minutes and not hours or days. And I'll show you how in a second. Precise audience. Okay, we want to introduce precise audience to you. That is the easy way to do this. Okay, that is the exact easy way to do this. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do this in minutes. And so, okay, James Green, thanks for that comment, mate. I think I'll leave that out. So we've got precise audience, and we're going to show you the easy way in a second. Okay, let's go inside precise audience. Now, what you guys have been doing is probably, you're really killing me to do that, but let's go into our Google. Where is it? Okay, let's go into Google, and what we're going to do is we're going to go into the Adsviser version 2, okay? So we're going to log in, And also what I'd like you to do is when you're actually doing this, open up your Facebook. This is my page that all of you are now seeing publicly. We go into manage ads, and we're going to basically get Facebook audience insights up as well, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into audience insights. So that's all prepared and ready for us. Okay, fantastic. So everyone on Facebook for the moment, and we're just going to target the US, okay? Okay, so, excuse me. So let's go back into the dashboard. What we're going to do here is that there's an actual tab here called Precise Audience Ads, and that's what we're going to tap into right now. And a lot of people are telling me that they want to do t-shirt examples. So basically what you can do is you can go into Precise Audience and you can type in let's say shirts, okay? Let's say we can type in shirts. Okay, so yes, we're going to show you how you can get that tab in the second. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the blue magnifying glass. Hopefully my computer's quick enough that it'll do this today. Okay, so basically what we've got here is we've got a bunch of ads that are being served to us, okay? These are all the people that are basically we've searched for to do with shirts, okay? So hot t-shirts design, basically people, these are your competition. Okay, handcraft apparel, t-shirts for pet lovers. Now, this is something interesting. Is what you can do is if you're actually looking to target a certain niche within your niche, for example, maybe pet lovers, and you want to sell t-shirts to them, then you click on their ads as well. Okay, so what we're going to do, and that's a very poor ad as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is again, let's see if we can find an ad where there's actually some really good engagement, okay? Wow, 3,000 comments. That's really, really cool. Let's see. We're going to spend a bit of time here because we want to try and get the maximum out of here, okay? So let's try unique T-shirts. What else do we have? We've got grandkids are wonderful if you want to send something to your nan. Costanza, Chihuahuas is interesting. Let's Chihuahuas. We've got 400 comments. We've got just under 4,000 shares, and we've got 7,000 reactions in terms of likes, okay? So this looks like someone that you should be targeting, okay? And we're going to show you how you can get precise ads on your toolbar as well. So, okay, I hope my audio is okay because this is crucial. Okay, if you guys can hear me, just give me a good big yes if that's still okay. You might want to come back into this. Okay, Scott, thank you. Maybe I'm getting too close to the microphone. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to click onto Chihuahuas because it's been a while since I've seen a Chihuahua. So we're going to click into Chihuahua. I'll try not to speak so loudly. I'm just really excited and pumped at the moment. So it's 6 a.m., but I'm still pumped. Or 7 a.m. now. So this tells us the United States, the gender, the age. What we're going to do is we're going to click into Facebook. It'll take us directly to the URL, okay? What it's doing now is that Precise Audience in the background is working, and it's taking you to the exact ad that we need it to be served to. Okay, so what you're going to do, yeah, perhaps Raz, yeah, maybe it is my internet connection. It's a long way down here, down under. So what we're going to do is we've got all these comments, okay? We've got 410 comments. Now, what we're going to do is if you guys can see this little extension here, can you guys see that? We're going to click on that, and it's got Precise Audience. It's very, very simple to install. So what we're going to do is, as per the first step, we're going to find buyers. So buyers will be, for example, buy, bought, purchased, love it, want it. What else do we have, guys? Maybe need this, got mine, arrive, sign for sign up maybe. Let's see. Yes, dark posts are searched as well. I'm going to go through the social ad spy that will do dark posts as well. Let's do one more. Let's do order. Okay, so, oops, sorry. Let's do that in the find buyers. That's where we should be doing it. Just deactivate. Okay, let's activate. Already been used. Okay, so this is let's see if we can go to find buyers. Okay, so this is basically the activation code that we need. The activation code does not seem to be working. This is fantastic. As usual, we are live. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into see if we can find the activation code. But basically what we do is you go to find buyers and we go to likes. And so if you guys can bear with us for just 1 second, we're going to type in the activation code. So, okay, I have the activation code with me. So just bear with me, 0770B CF1 DD46 4A1C 9CCC 2C9 6 2C96 2B16F49D. Now that should hopefully help us activate. Great. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Skype, and basically what we're going to do is Oliver is going to give me this. So just bear with us for 1 second. This is great when you're doing a live show. So basically we'll be showing you how to get the activation codes, okay? Use F instead of 4. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the activation code. And so let's see if we can find the activation code from our good friend Oliver. And this is the code there. So we're going to go in and we're going to copy and paste it. Hopefully that works. Okay, activation is extended. Extension is activated. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go into find buyers. Okay, so I apologize for that. What we're going to do is go in and find buyers. And we're going to type in bought, purchased, got it, want it, love it, need this, want this. What else do we have? We've got buy, arrive, sign, okay, for sign up. So again, and then what we're going to do is we're going to hit this button. Bang. So what it's doing now is it's actually going into Facebook posts. And basically, it is finding all the people that have actually typed in bought, purchased, got it, want it, love it, need this. Okay, so we're going to let it scroll through, and this is what we're going to show you is that basically this is the 1% of people that will have the knowledge. A lot of you people don't have this knowledge, and the 99% don't. Okay, so, and this is completely compliant. This is 100% Facebook compliant, and I'm just going to let it scroll for a second. It's going in behind the background, and let's stop it now. Okay, so what we've got is we've got these sorts of buyers. All these people are buyers. Okay, so Kari, Gaspard, maybe I shouldn't be saying these names, but they're all there. Lola, Tina Childress, Hope. So what we need to do is we need to basically go, let's see who we can find and think is a Chihuahua t-shirt buyer. Let's go into Twyla Boyer or Bowyer. I'm not sure how you say that. But, okay, so we go into this lady's campaign. We go into precise audience. Now what we want to do is we want to go into the likes, okay? So we go to this lady's like page. Now, okay, so this is, sometimes it's private, okay? So sometimes the people don't share their likes page, but basically what you can do is go into the likes page and do something like that. So let's say we want to target, we're selling shirts, but let's say we also want to target, as you can see that there's a few already, she loves dogs, and there's already a few ads here where, or interests that we wouldn't target normally, okay? So let's type in, let's say we want to sell t-shirts to dog people, okay? So let's go dog, pet, I don't know, what else can we, let's try cats, something like that. And, if there's any other general search terms that you can try and find with dogs, etc. Puppy, that's a good one. Thank you, Mike. I didn't think of that. I don't know, kennel. Okay, so you get the idea though, right? So what we're going to try and do is now get a list of the likes where we can find all of this. K9, thank you, Daryl. That's cool as well, K9. Okay. So again, precise audience is now, man, okay, Mind, I'm going to type that in, but Kitty maybe. So what it's going to do, and maybe we should have typed in Chihuahua or animal. So what it's going to do is it's going to go in now and it's going to give us a list of the likes that are related to our niche. Okay, so it's actually downloading that, and it's going to give me a download button right here any minute now. Okay, so what we're going to do is wait through. It's 100% compliant, and it's actually going through Facebook as we speak. There you go. So Twyla Boyer has given us the list of likes. Okay, so this is, okay, guys, I really want to make it clear, this is the 1%. Okay, this is the 1% of interests that your competition are not targeting. So what we're going to do is we are going to try and let's take one of these. Let's take iHeartDogs.com. We're going to take this and we're going to go into Audience Insights and we're going to put this in the interest. So iHeartDogs is not there. Okay, so what we're then going to do is we're going to go back into the text and let's see, I love rescue dogs. We're going to go back into Audience Insights and we're going to see if we can find I love rescue dogs, okay? So that's not there as well. So this is good because what we're doing is we are narrowing down into our into our niche. Let's try American Kennel Club. Okay, so we're going to go into Audience Insights and we're going to try American Kennel Club. Fantastic. So what we've got there is we've actually got two interests. We've got two interests that your competition are not targeting. So we've got the American Kennel Club here, and let's type in the other one to see what that was, okay? The American Kennel Club, and we've got the American Kennel Club groups. So what you can do, so you've now honed down to 2.5 million people. So what you might want to do is you might want to break it down then from country. You might want to target a certain region. You might then want to target, obviously, ages. Let's say Chihuahua lovers only start at the age of 34. Okay, so now what you've done is you haven't necessarily reduced your audience, but what you can do is then introduce a upper limit. Let's say 55. Okay, you've then reduced your audience even further. So that's a perfect example if you're trying to cross-pollinate and sell T-shirts to someone. Excuse me, if you're trying to sell T-shirts to someone who are dog lovers as well, that's the way that you can use Adsviser and precise audience to do that. Now let's go back in. Let's go in and do another one. Okay. Now jewelry seems to be another really good, a really good thing to target. So what we're going to do is we're already in precise audience. Let's go and type in jewelry. Now in the US, you guys spell jewelry like this, but down here we spell it a bit differently. But let's spell jewelry like that, okay? We hit the blue button. And so what we're going to do now is basically search for the ads that we can target through jewelry, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to try and search for something that has a lot of likes. Now, how that relates to the actual buyer is that the post that I just showed you before is that when we searched for bought, that person actually said that they had bought something. Okay, so what you're doing then is going into their interests and you're finding a buyer interest. So we're going to tell you how to get the precise audience ads shortly. So what we're going to do, wow, that's awesome. There's a Hulk there. That's got 6,400 comments. For the time that we have, we may go through something a bit simpler. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see what we can find. We've got Chanel. We've got some really cool rings here. We've got coinjewelry.com. Let's see. Let's go and type. Okay, there's one of 1,500 comments here. Let's see if we can go into this, okay? So this tells us the age, it tells us the gender, it tells us the country, and what we're going to do, again, number one, is to click through the advertiser URL. Excuse me. So what Precise Audience and Adsviser are doing now is it's going in behind the scenes, again, which is 100% compliant, and it's going into the actual post. So what we're going to do is then get into the Precise Audience again, Okay, and again, it's telling me that it's not activated. So we'll be able to do that again. Activate it. You won't need to do this every single time. So what we want to do again is we want to search the buyers. Okay, so we go for bought, purchased, want it, love it, got it, need this, sign up, arrive. Have we got buy? We haven't got buy. Let's do buy. So what we're going to do is we're going to get buy, and we're going to say, okay, where are the people that we want to do? Okay, so then we type it, we hit this blue magnifying glass. Now what it's doing, I'm not sure if you can see, it's not scrolling, but it's actually going through all the buyers there that have had this sort of a search term. Okay, again, it's 100% compliant, so you don't need to worry about it being, being banned or anything like that. It's going through, so we're just going to give it maybe 10, 15, 20 seconds to try and give us a good idea of buyers. And then what we can do is the next step is we'll go to their likes page, and then we will actually search for any relevant interests in their like page. Again, people are saying that it's work. Yes, it is work, and you won't be able to stand out basically until you are getting into the details. Remember, you're hyper-targeting, okay? You're combining Adsviser and you're combining precise audience to be able to get in. So what we're going to do now is say, okay, we'll stop scrolling. Okay, so guys, these are all people that have searched for terms like this. Now, obviously what we want to do is we want to search for terms that like bought or purchased. That will narrow down your buyers, okay? So what we want to try and do is try and find someone, and they're all potential buyers. What we're going to try and find someone is basically, someone that has bought, right? So we, let's see, we try and pick someone here, Kristen, Karen. Who do you guys think we should pick? Excuse me, there's Eleanor, Cheryl. Obviously, a lot of these are female. Brenda, Barb. So all these people have actually bought. Okay, all these people have actually bought. Who are we going to pick? Okay, let's try Julia. So when we pick on Julia, we actually go in and pick the Mike. Thanks, mate. I will do that next time. So what we can do is we're in Julia's profile. The next step is to go to the likes. So we want to go to the likes page. And then what we want to do is we want to download the likes that are similar to jewelry. Okay, so what we want to do is, guys, what are the ideas for jewelry? So we've got diamond, necklace, excuse me, let me spell this correctly. Obviously, we've got jewelry, as you spell it in the US. We've got ring, earring, maybe watch. What else, guys? What else can we search for? Wow, getting a lot of searches there. Pendant, maybe beauty. Can we try beauty? Maybe we can try fashion, because maybe that's something that we want to target. Bracelets, Valerie, yeah. Okay, so again, what we want to do is we want to try and search for these. So again, now as you can see, precise audience is actually going into the likes, and it's going to go and do that. Okay. So what we want to do is you can use the thesaurus for anything that you want to try and search for. So for example, if you're in the jewelry business, you can use diamond, necklace. Again, you can try and cross target, but try and keep it pure. So basically, precise audience is now going in and searching for all the relevant likes so that you can add that into your precise audience insights, into your audience insights. And you can basically try and do that. So I keep getting close to the mic, but let's see. Hopefully you guys can listen and hear me clearly. So we'll let it churning. It's churning, and basically what we're going to do is try and find something. So we're very, very close. We're very close to the end, and basically remember, guys, this is 100% compliant. And definitely, if you're in the marketing business, you'll be able to find it. You'll be able to find anything. So what we're going to try and do is we're waiting for the downloads to come, and let's see, we're going to try and get to the download. There it is there. So what you can see is we've got a number of interests here, okay, that basically Precise Audience has picked up on. Now what we're going to try and see is if we can try and find, there's a lot of interest obviously here. What we're going to try and see is we've got accessory ladies. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that the thing has picked up on. And let's see if we can maybe find something like jewelry, okay? We're going to go in and see if we find something like jewelry. Find next, okay, can't find jewelry. Let's go try and find maybe watch. Okay, so basically what we need to do is we need to try and keep going to see if we can find something that is very, very similar to our niche. And we'll just scroll across and have a really good look. We've got women's health here, guys, so maybe health is something that we can use as well if we want to try and target the health niche. So we are tennis, racquetball, Serena Williams. Obviously, there's a whole bunch here. Tony's Fashion Corner. Let's try Tony's Fashion Corner into Audience Insights. Maybe there's something there that we can try and target. So we'll get rid of these. And let's try Tony's Fashion Corner. Okay, there is nothing that's coming up there. So let's see if there's something else that we can use in basically, where was she? It's Julia Stanley. Let's see if we can find something else. Basically, what we're going to try and find is anything to do with jewelry, but because there's a lot and we're pressed for time, we're going to go into and see if we can find basically anything to do with the ad spy as well, because I want to make sure we cover that, because I think you guys understand where we're coming from in terms of trying to find someone that has basically a jewelry business. So you go in and you try and find, obviously you've got Snap Fitness, you can do that, so all that sort of thing. So we'll try and click out of this, and we'll click out of this as well, and we'll go back into our basically Adsviser, okay? So what we can do is we can go into Adsviser, and what we'd like to do is teach you about how to find viral posts, okay, and dark posts, which someone mentioned before. So we'll go into the social ad spy, and let's see if we can find an example there for us that works. Okay, so what we've got is we've got social ad spy, and let's see if we can do the Teespring again. So, sorry, the Tees again. So if we want to target Teespring, we will go into Teespring and see if we can find a search phrase. So again, remember guys, what we're trying to do is find audience that have bought, and we want to try and target their interests. So what we've got here is we've got all the viral and dark posts that have come and related to Teespring. Okay, so what we want to try and do is we want to try and find something that's sort of relevant to our niche. Maybe we want to try and cross-target. What we want to try and do is see if we can find something that has a lot of comments and a lot of likes. Okay, so what we do is we scroll. We've got 34 personal trainer. We've got 40 comments. We've got 5 comments here. We've got a lot of likes. And let's see, pit bulls. We've got 27 comments here. Coal and marmalade, that's an interesting one. We've got 122 comments there, so that's potentially something that we can do. And remember, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to find the dark and viral posts that have been added, okay? So let's say we want to try and find, what's this one? This is a sports one. Can you guys hear me okay? Just let me know you guys can hear me okay. Seems to be the audio is dropping out. Maybe I get too close to the mic. I'm just too enthusiastic at the moment. So what we're going to try and do is click. Okay, so we're going to try and click on this ad, Dirk Bentley, and what this is it looks like it's targeting the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, so I've stepped away from the mic. So let's see. Hopefully you guys can hear me properly now. So if we want to sell Teespring or target Teesprings and we want to target some sports, let's click onto this ad. This will then take us to the ad post, and hopefully we'll have no issues with anything in terms of looking for it. So what we can try and do now is search for buyers, okay? So we will go to bought, purchased, buy, love it, want it, got it, arrive, sign, maybe someone signed up for it. And what we can do then is hit the magnifying glass and it's going to start to scroll in amongst all of the comments that have been left. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and find people with, who basically we're going to try and find buyers. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is leave this. Again, it's 100% compliant, and we're going to show you how to get it in your dashboard on Adsviser. So basically what it's doing now is it's going in, and it's basically going to, yep, need it, have it, Nicholas, absolutely. Those are all search terms that we can use. So we're just going to let it scroll for the moment. And again, this is an example where we can use a dark or a viral post, which you can spy on through Adsviser. And you can basically use precise audience to try and then intersect. So you've got your competitors' ads. And guys, we need to remember why we're here, right? So we've got your competitors' ads. And then now you've actually got your, you've basically got your competition. And now you're searching for the buyers, and you're searching for your buyers' interests as well. So we're going to try now maybe stop scrolling. So we've got two people here that have said Roger Stroop and Prudence Murphy is to say, this is basically what we've got, is we've got people who have bought. So let's try and click into Roger. So now what we're doing is we're going into Roger's posts, and basically again we activate, or we've got precise audience in our extension. We go to Roger's like page. And basically what we want to do is if we want to sell t-shirts but we want to target maybe something sports-wise, what we do is we go into precise audience again, we go into download likes. So what we want to do is maybe we go into tees, t-shirt. I think he was part of the Cardinals, so we go into Cardinals, we go into Arizona. We can type in NFL maybe, we can type in football. We can type in clothes, maybe cloth. We can type in fashion. What else, guys? What else could we potentially type in? So, okay, so no suggestions. So we can type in something like that to see what we can find. We then go into, now you've come up with Gregory's got jerseys or quarterback. You can search that sort of thing. So what we can do is we can actually go down into each of the likes that we have, and we're actually now searching for the tees and t-shirts, okay? So what we can do is we can try and find something where is something relevant to what we're selling. And if we want to actually find someone who's interested in sports, or be it someone that's interested in tees, we can actually search that as well. So let's let it scroll. Again, 99% of people are not doing this. They're not spending the time to go in and basically try and find who is basically going to find all these interests. Yes, the replay will be sent out to you. So we're just going to try and let it search. Again, it's 100% compliant. And basically what it's doing is it's trying to find any interest, and it's not going in behind the scenes. It's asking Facebook the question differently. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and let it search so we can get a good idea of the amount of buyers that are on here and basically the amount of buyers likes. So Roger Stroop is a buyer because he's one of the people that came up in the search terms, and this guy's got a lot of likes. Okay, this guy's got a lot of likes, and we're going to show you how you can get precise audience extension. And basically what we're trying to do see where we are at. And what we're going to do is, in terms of time, if you guys are okay with it, I'm going to stop scrolling for a second. In fact, we'll just sort of let it go just a little bit, because what we want to try and do is get as many interests as possible as we can, okay, related to our search. So let's see what sort of things that we can find. Okay, so we keep letting it search. Again, it's 100% compliant. This is not scraping. This is not doing that. This is finding information that's at the front end of Facebook. Anyone can go into the posts and anyone can search for the buyers manually if you choose to do so. Okay, you can do it manually or you can do it automatically using Precise Audience. So what we're going to try and do is stop scrolling. And what that does is it gives us a text file of the likes that are related to clothing or tees or anything like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into frag out clothing. Okay, so let's go into Audience Insights. And we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to try and do frag out clothing. So frag out clothing is not there. Okay, so what we can try and do is basically going search back in there and we can try maybe passenger clothing. So let's hope passenger clothing is in there. And we go into Audience Insight. And okay, so passenger clothing is not in there. So, but you guys get the point. Basically, what we are trying to do is we are trying to go in and find all of the likes that this audience has bought and that the audience is interested in. So, and basically what you can do then is plug that into interests, and those are the interests that basically none of your competition are using. So remember, again, what we're going to try and do is we want to try and stand out and not be the 99%. We want to be in the 1% that are targeting the competition, that are targeting the interests, and are targeting the buyers. So yes, so let's go back into the presentation. And so we've been inside Precise Audience, and basically I want you guys to let me know that can you see how 99% of business owners are not using this? Now, yes, it will take time and you will need to go in and dig deep, but this is the effort that's been automated. And this is the tool that you can basically use in combination with Adsviser to try and find really, really targeted interests, okay, which not many people are doing. So basically it's taken Oliver and the Adsviser team thousands of dollars in tweaking and testing and development to try and basically find a method which automates all of the manual work. Now, it's taken us months to try and refine. And basically, we had to discover this tool through the hard way. Through developing a lot of the Facebook apps and all that sort of thing, we thought that this is how you can actually find the best way to target and find that sweet spot. So Precise Audience, what it actually does, it helps you steps over all of the problems and just jump straight to the cash. Okay, so I want you guys to realize that, again, and I keep saying this and you guys are probably really sick of hearing this, is that this is the 99% of people that they are not using the tool, okay? They're not using this method, and this is what you need. So basically, there isn't any other software out there that you can use that can save you 100 of hours. So what you're going to do is you're going to be able to go in and try this and basically be able to build really good marketing campaigns and save yourself hundreds of hours. So we don't need to search buyers manually anymore. Remember, you need to keep going back to the core of this, is that you need to find buyers and their interests, right? You need to find that referral. You need to find that word of mouth referral that we were talking about before. So you don't need to search for buyers manually, and you don't need to search for interests manually. Okay, so this is something that is at the front end of Facebook, and you will not be able to go in because that's just black hat and that's scraping. This is not scraping. So basically, if you want to move ahead using business intelligence tools that no one else is using, that your competitors have missed, and you want to be in this area. If you guys want to be in this area, then please let me know with a big fat yes, okay? So what we're going to try and do is be in this area here. We don't want to be in the 99%. And yes, so what we have basically is you can choose the hard way to do it manually. So basically you can be in the 99%. I keep getting close to the mic. You can get in to be the 99%, which you either target the same audience as everyone else is using, and get buyers' interest manually, which means it's very, very time consuming. Or you can do it the easy way, guys. Okay, and yes, there are videos contained within Adsviser that will show you how to use it. So the easy way is basically be part of the 1%. Be part of the 1% of marketers that use hyper-targeted lists to increase sales. And that's what we want to do. We want to try and find the sweet spot. We want to try and search buyers in minutes